Booyah.
I was D3, yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to welcome to the Set Breaker podcast, and today we have a hilarious guest, darker than me because he's jungle. He's from the jungle. We got Dan Ramos.
Yo, what's up? Yo.
Yes.
Thanks for having me here. Darker than you?
Dude.
Yo, hold on. Let's see.
Okay, we're not done.
Hold on. No. Okay, you got to zoom in on this. Okay. Vote. Guys, you got to vote. Who's darker?
I don't know.
Okay, flip around. I think we're the same here. Yeah, everyone's
Okay.
the same.
If anything,
on the
I'm more
palm.
pink. I'm like pinker than you. My
You got-
hand.
you got some weird-
It's always been. Yeah, my hands always been. Dude, in high school, my hands would get so cold that they turned purple because I was skinnier. And then people would always talk about my hands. being
Yo, I
like,
call you Grimace Hands from McDonald's. Okay. Thanks for having
Grimace.
me.
Dude, thanks for being on, man.
Of course.
You know what's hilarious and crazy is that like I think this is like legitimately the first true like formal meeting we've had. No?
I think I've seen you.
No, we've seen each other, but we never like met.
What is it though? I think is it? Do we go back to your Asian and Asian?
Oh no, not that thing, not that thing. No, that's not why. No, because the last time I saw
that
you,
was the reason why I was like, this dude's funny. Okay, bring that back.
yeah. So
Go-
basically, there was an episode where I posted up a clip of a podcast where I said
That's funny.
I called it the Alpha Asian Complex, which is where like Asians can't stand another Asian being confident, especially if they worked for their own confidence. And I was talking specifically about like when you see like when you're making like a bunch of girls laugh at like a bar, and then you're like the funny guy, but then this other Asian guy comes by and he's like super hot, better looking than you, and he's just as funny, if not funnier, and then he gets attention, and you're like, fuck this guy.
That's such it cuts deep in my heart because that happens in every city. But,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I was like, this guy's funny. Man, that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, where did I see you? I think maybe improv.
No, it was at this
Tribal?
it was at a cafe on Melrose next to Burt's.
What's it called?
It was an open mic. I don't remember. I only went there like twice.
Oh yeah, did it close?
Probably.
It's okay.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
It was
that
really
mic.
like it was like a dreadful place. Like it felt
Yeah,
like I
they're
was in
all-
an office.
They're all dreadful, but out of it, you come out with some friendship.
That's true. That's true. And actually, you don't know this, but the first time, so that was the second time I saw you. The first time
Creeper,
you had
man.
no idea
See?
because
What are you guys-
I saw Bobby Lee at the Improv, Irvine, and you opened for him.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry right now. You know why?
Why?
That was a year ago.
And that's when I
It
saw
was
you.
Literally, how the fuck? What did you say? Hey.
No, because that was before the coffee thing, the cafe.
Dude.
Because when I saw Bobby, that was when this is my
That was a dream, man.
so this is my
That was a
year
dream
and
come
6
true.
month
Wow.
doing stand up. So like that was still when I was super fresh and I didn't understand like the world. So I thought it was like hierarchy.
This guy's already
hierarchy.
producing and podcasting. What the hell? Learn from this guy, lazy ass.
No, but dude, like that, he's like literally my favorite comedian.
Dude, man.
And you being up there, that's fucking amazing, man.
Dude.
Like-
that was a dream for me. Like
I
my
bet.
like dude, my whole life was just like, you know, I started off with stand up, right? But and then like when I discovered sketch, I'm like, wait, you could be funnier with like characters and stuff. And then when improv is like, wait, you could do everything and just make up shit and you know, so yeah, I'm originally from Montreal, right? And an Asian, Filipino, Canadian
Oh,
kid looking at Bobby Lee saying maybe I could do that. And then all of a sudden I move for some reason I would go from Montreal, Toronto, New York, LA. And I'm living in a garage at this time in 2016 for like a couple of months, like 4 months. And then within the first few months, I bump into Bobby at the Comedy Store. He's looking at me. He's like, "Eh." And I'm like, oh shit. My girlfriend's like, Dan, you go talk to him. He's looking at you. I'm like, I'm looking like this, you know? And I'm like, yo, that guy kind of looks like me. And she's like, I know. And Carla goes, I'm going to go to the bar and buy 2 beers. And if you come back and you're not talking to him, I'm going to dump you. And I'm like, So she goes to the bar and then I see Bobby go like this. Hey, come here. And I'm like, so I walk over to him and we're already laughing because we look exactly the same. Like, yo, man, your hair. I'm like, yeah, you have a good mustache. And he's like, you Filipino? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you a comic? I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool. And then I'm like, dude, you don't know. He's like, and he just interrupts me. He's like, my girlfriend's Filipino. Kalila, you guys would love her. I'm like, dude, this is so crazy. And then this is so nuts too, because on that day I did like a CBS audition thing for their diversity thing in like 2017.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So then I go into the room, I do my characters, and then there's this one guy goes, yeah, I know Bobby, and yeah, if you ever see him, blah, blah, blah. So on that day, I go meet him, I randomly say him, and I'm like, yo, this guy named Rick says that he knows you. And he's like, oh yeah, Rick, no ha-ha, because he's not funny. I think he wrote for Bobby on Mad TV for like a month, and then he fired him or something. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
secrets.
Yeah, he's not even with CBS anymore, so let's give it that. But that's crazy. So you were there, dude.
I was there with my now ex.
But now that bonded us.
And actually, funny you say that. Since the breakup about almost 2.5 months ago, people have been coming into my life more. Like the right type of people that are doing the same thing as me.
You think she was holding you
back?
Dude,
100%. She was sabotaging me. And here's the thing I forgot to say that I remembered after the breakup. Do you know what happened? So I started pursuing this halfway in a relationship.
Because
so what happens?
You had to give your other self to her in terms of just like, balancing a relationship and comedy. But if she doesn't support you already, that's like, yo, man.
You want to hear what she said?
I love it.
Here's what she said.
Go.
So 3 months into when I was pursuing this shit, it was already a lot of drama. And then I was like, why are things getting worse? And I talked to her. I was like, hey, is it me? Is there something I can do better? Please tell me, because I don't know what the hell is going on. And she's like, you know what? Fine. I admit it. I'm jealous that you found your thing and I haven't found mine. Yeah. That's what happened.
Dude. I've been there. And it's crazy. Because you're like, as much as she thinks that you're doing this for yourself, you're like, no, you're with her because you want to win for the both.
Yes.
And to be a straight Asian dude, mind you.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to get there, but I think I will get there.
That's truth.
Listen, like, it's hard. It's hard. And like, my girlfriend, she's seen me bomb to actually being in the green room with Bobby Lee. Like, and she's from Montreal too, and she's Filipino.
Oh, so you've been with her?
Listen, I've known her since 2001.
Fuck!
So she dated my friend at the time who kind of looked like me. Sorry, Mo. I'm going to hashtag him. But this is actually the second girlfriend of his that I've dated. So he broke up with one and I dated her. Then years later, he broke up with Carla, and then I started seeing her because she lived in LA. So I met her in 2001 and she was dating my friend. Long story short, I find out that she's living in LA when I moved here. We started chatting and, started becoming closer. And then now we're living together.
Jesus Christ.
So you know what? And she's not crazy. And she understands. She's like, I remember that first time I saw you at the Comedy Works in Montreal. I'm like, which one? She's like, you did this head thing. I'm like, that was like 2002. I have that tape on YouTube. We could show it right now.
Oh.
Okay, we'll show a clip.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're back. That sucked, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She was there at that show. It was nuts. It was really crazy. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Dreams do come true. They do, man.
What we're talking about, like relationship with this thing we're talking about, like pursuing a dream, or overall everything.
Listen, heartaches come and go.
Yeah.
But you know what you want to do already. Listen, to be where I'm at right now, I was like you for years, dude. Mm. Like, I'm lucky enough to find someone that understands what Hollywood. I told her, this isn't Canada. Like, when I was in Canada, I was working commercials, little, short films and whatnot. But like, everyone in Canada wants to come down here. There's only one reason why you're in LA. Don't tell me you're lying to yourself. You're like, I just want to. No, fuck it. Sometimes you'll have ups and downs, yo.
Yeah.
Like, I'm lucky enough that, my girlfriend's Filipino, so we eat Filipino food together. She understands certain things that, you can't teach anyone else. That
culturally, that's kind of there.
Like dating a white girl, she's like, what's that? I'm like, it's, I don't know, a napkin. Don't, you can bring your attitude here.
Yeah. It's like, why are you cutting things with a spoon and a fork?
Listen, it's cozy, right? But, even before meeting her, I would just date. Because like I was already married to like the career, the comedy, you know? Like you telling me background work, I've done that. Like I still do it here one at a time, you know, if I can. But like, and you started what, less than 2 years?
Yeah, it's been a year and 6 months.
What was before this? What was Mike before this?
Digital marketing for years. Computer stuff, like all day.
Dude.
Like 12 hours a day, literally.
Like HTMLing and all that, coding?
Like email marketing, advertising.
Dude, okay,
all
so you know
all
what's
that
the
shit.
best part? Don't ever think that was a waste of time because everything that you learn there is like applied here.
It actually helps.
With your, because like, comedians like me, like I got gear, but I don't promote. I mean, I should, but it's like, listen, there's a reason why you do certain things. There's a reason why certain people are there in your lives. They come and go, but you know that in the end, like you found it, right? Like what else? Look how much joy you have doing this, you know, for like zero pay.
That's true.
And in the end, it's not for the money. If you're in it for the money, fuck it. It's done.
Yeah.
My first mic was in 2001. You think I was like, oh yeah, I want to do it for money? No, man. You just find it. Listen, man. No one in Canada ever thinks like, yeah, maybe we'll come down to LA. Yeah, you could think that, but like, you got to get the visa. You got to get the reference. You got to get the, you know, like, you got to have some weight beneath you, right? It's tough, man. Like, as much as people are complaining about the careers, I'm Canadian. I'm still worrying about my visa, all right?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just doing this joke right now where I say, you know, I'm Filipino and I'm Canadian and I immigrated here, so you could, and my last name is Ramos, so you could say I'm like a Mexican from the north, you know, immigrating here. But the past year, I was just like so worried about my visa because, you know, I was waiting for it to be approved. And, you know, underneath Trump's reign, right, he's just like, you know, no immigrants, no, you know, no one's coming in, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, like in my head, it's like, fuck, man, MAGA and Trump. And I see all this red. Every time I see a white person, you know, I put my head down. I don't even want to look at them anymore. And then just like 2 months ago, I got my visa approved for another 3 years so I could do my dreams here. So now I'm like, am I a Republican? I mean, like, because, like, listen, I know these things, but he's like, hey, Dan, that's something I'm worried.
You're allowed to stay. Do you remember? Okay. I know Filipinos. I know a lot of Filipinos. Now you're one of them.
Dude, it's so crazy, right?
Yeah. Damn. So does that pressure of like normally there's a lot of pressure enough, but you're like, fuck, I'm just trying to stay here.
Yeah.
Does that fire you up to do even more?
Dude, every day I wake up and I think, what are 5 things that I have to do to push my career? Whether it's like, you know, send a casting agent an email or like nudge someone to be on a show. Like, no one's ever going to say, stop calling me or stop emailing me, you know, like you just got to be persistent and, you know, like there are some days where you could just do nothing just to cool it. You know, I know maybe it's still fresh for you. You know, this is like another way of like releasing the anger, you know, but like you find ways, dude. It's especially with LA right now, like you feel the pressure because everyone's always posting stuff and you're like, why am I not doing much? And listen, you use social media just for your shit and that's it. Don't look at other people's stuff. Go to the shows, but don't compare, you know? Because that's going to get to you. You're just starting. Imagine all the older comics right now who are still trying to make it, who already have a name, but are still not happy. It's like, yo, man, chill. And I think we're on our break right now. No, I'm kidding.
No. So for my show that I produce at Westside, like the first one, just somehow ended up selling out stage, standing room only at Westside, just fucking packed like a motherfucker,
Dude.
like crazy. But then here's the thing. Then the ones after, it wasn't like that. So I kept comparing to that one. That's a danger in that too.
Yeah.
And that made me want to give up the show. Right? But then after like the third one, I was like, wait a minute. You never even thought you'd even get booked in your first 2 years. Like my goal for my first year of stand-up was like, I just want to get like up on stage just once somewhere. Like I don't know how it's gonna happen.
That's
but
amazing. And now,
right, yeah.
Now the fact that you're actually producing, that means you're guaranteed a spot no matter what.
Yeah.
How much time you want, you could, you know. And people know you now from doing the show, right? So yeah, you just gotta do it at home. You can't just wait. You know, I'm glad I reached out to you because, yo, you went to that Bobby show. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's so crazy because I was there with my girlfriend, and I'm like, wow, if at least like one comic that I knew was here to see this, that'd be cool.
And who
but
knew?
But it was all the way in Irvine. I'm like, wait, who's Asian that I knew at the time? And you know, can I tell you something? Which show did you go to? Both or one? The late one?
In the Improv?
Yeah.
What do you mean both?
There was like 2 shows.
Oh no, I went to just one. It was a double date. I brought my best friend and then.
Oh wait,
his
was it
girlfriend.
a Saturday or Sunday?
It was a Saturday. I believe it was Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to do, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was on my way there with Cooper Lee. Do you know that guy? Cooper.
I don't know.
There's this thing with donuts. It's funny. Cooper Lee, everyone.
Cooper. Very white name. Very white name.
No, he's a Cambodian.
Yeah. Well, what am I saying? My first name's Michael. What am I?
I'm
right?
Dan, not even
Dan.
Daniel.
I know. We need that to assimilate.
So for that set for both nights,
Yeah.
I didn't write a set list. I know that was like my dream to. He's like, yeah, you can get 10 minutes a night. I'm like, great, but like, there was something about like I know having a good like a tight set, but I'm like, I just want to feel that fear. I just want to feel that excitement, and like it shows on like both videos that I recorded. I didn't put them online, but they're there, you know. Dude, it was nuts. And then when I went back, Bobby's like, yo, you had some fun out there. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's cool, you know. And I think the second show was like, you know that joke that you do about me? He was like, yeah, don't. I'm like, okay, great. I won't. You got it. But he's like, everything else was good. I'm like, cool. Dude. And this was like a day after Brody Stevens passed away. That was a tough one, too.
Because he canceled one of the shows, didn't he?
That was the one, yeah. So then we jumped back. Dude, I can't believe you were there. It was crazy.
It makes sense why you said you went up there without a set because, like, you were super, like, energetic. Like, your act outs were like, bah,
it was in the moment, guy.
Yeah.
It was
presence just
because
right
with
there.
Bobby, it's kind of like, yo, don't just tell your jokes.
Yeah.
He's seen it. Come on, like his closing bit. And if you've ever go to Bobby Lee,
please
live,
go.
Go to watch one of his shows,
Yeah.
and it's like I want to bring that excitement to my set and also let him know that, dude, I could also be as crazy too, you know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it showed. And then like 2 weeks later he mentions me on Tiger Belly. My cousin from Toronto that I haven't spoken to in years just messages me on his troll Twitter account. He's like, yo, Bobby Lee messaged you on Tiger Belly. I'm like, what? I go on this thing and I'm like, holy shit, he's calling me a troll. He's calling me like if aliens came down like years later and then had to draw a human, he would draw my face and the whole time.
Oh, he was talking about you. Oh, fuck, because I heard that episode, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. That was you.
Tiger Belly 184. Let's go.
And
now we're back.
I
Okay,
fucking
yeah.
heard that episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
It made me laugh so hard. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Dude, and then he looked like Gilbert. I'm like, yo, that's so funny. And like him roasting me, it was just I teared in my robe. I teared in my robe. I was just like, this is surreal.
Yeah.
You know? Because I didn't expect anything from that afterwards. I was just like, you know what? I did 2 shows with him. I was so happy to. Yeah, no, it was nuts. It
And
was
the
like a
energy was
dream.
crazy that night, man. I was like right in front row, literally the front row.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's the best. Oh, fuck. You make me.
And you're wearing a little hat
Yeah, guy.
with a short bill.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
I was about to wear the camel one.
Well,
right here.
were you? I think you were. I think the hat was like.
It was
Like
like
an anchor?
Filipino.
Was
It
it
was
an
an anchor. It was like a Filipino.
Yeah, I remember.
Dude,
that.
yeah,
that
it was
hat,
like a
man.
San Miguel Philippines hat.
Like San
like-
Miguel the beer.
Yeah, the beer.
Oh, okay, okay,
I was
okay.
trying to rap like Filipinos, and
Yeah.
I did.
And I thought it was cool that he brought up a Filipino. I was like, oh shit, because like I have my heart is with the Philippines because a lot of my friends are from the Philippines, so I was very immersed in the culture. I eat with a spoon and fork. I actually prefer that a lot of times too.
Oh fuck!
You know
I was
what
just
mean?
in St. Gabriel
Valley?
and went to Hoki Cafe.
I don't know. I never
So
been there.
good. We gotta eat. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
bring this over there. And just eat it. Just fucking just.
ASMR.
Yeah, it's just me jerking off. Okay, let's cut that.
Yeah, with fish sauce.
Is that fish sauce? No, it's Dan's scent.
It's a
Dude,
sweat.
that's so fucking crazy. I remember just being behind and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say. I got jokes, but I'm like, let me just feel it. Let me just feel it. And as soon as I saw the audience, I'm like, let's go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Cause it's like, I don't know. That's like suicide. If you think about it, because it's like industry, it's the improv is gonna see me for the first time. But in my head, I'm like, yo, man, in the end, if you're a funny dude, you're a funny dude. You know, you'll bring it no matter what.
I actually
right?
respect the way you approached it because I think that's more brave because I've been at bar shows where there's people who are like, oh, been all across the country, and then they go up at these other clubs and stuff that are known, and then they all bombed because they just went script, and then I went up and I was like, I'm gonna feel what I feel,
it.
and then I did better than all of them, you know. Not trying to toot my own horn, but that's the fact. That comes with being present and feeling the energy. If you keep the same energy based off of like how you scripted it in your head, you can't take like small like club energy to like a bar
It's
where the drunk is fuck.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you have to.
What would Bobby do? What would Bobby Lee do?
WWB.
Bobby Lee.
What would Bobby do?
Yeah, what would Bobby do? He would do. You just fucking do it, right? You just do it.
It's more brave. So yeah, I commend you for doing that.
That's also just fun for me. Cause like I remember like doing sets and like the jokes that like I thought would kill wouldn't, and then in the end I'm like, I'm getting tired of them. Let me just have some fun.
Yeah.
And any word, anything that happens, you know your dumb brain is gonna be like, oh, talk about this, talk about that. When you're talking to a female or a comic, you don't plan the fucking conversation. You know where it's gonna go. So you just the go-tos. You go with the go-tos, right?
And the female always knows if you're not being present too. They know.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh,
And then that's
nervous.
when you're talking alone.
Literally. And then you go home alone.
Yeah, Home Alone 1 and 2. Lost in New York.
Yeah, and then you hold something alone as well.
Oh. And then sometimes you could be homo alone.
Depending on how desperate you get.
Oh shit!
Hey, it's facts.
Facts.
Did that happen?
Do you add shit when I go like that? Can you?
I can, but I don't really do that usually.
If you send me those clips when I go like that specifically,
I can send that to you.
I'll
Yeah.
add some weird ass effect.
Because I'll rewatch. I rewatch it, make sure, and then
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I could do that.
Dude, I can't. That was so crazy. I can't believe that. I can't believe you were there. I really can't, because in my head, like, I haven't told anyone that I didn't do a set list. I just fucking just went in. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, but I love it. I love it.
If he asks you to open, when he does,
Please, Bobby, please.
would you would what would you do?
Honestly,
Don't think like me.
No,
but you would have.
I already thought about this. I thought about this because this is kind of how I've been approaching my stand-up. Is I would do what you did, but also like naturally some jokes would come up that I know would fit that type of energy, but I wouldn't plan when it'd go up. So I'd kind of just talk and about how I feel and be as vulnerable as possible. And that, in my opinion, leads to...
Yeah.
Because I think they'd rather, from what I see, is they'd rather see that shit than like you being desperate for like a laugh based off of like stock jokes.
It's live.
It's live.
They want to see you fail, but you also they want to see you fly. It's just like, like sometimes I'm sure like you'll be killing and then you'll do something dumb and then people are gonna, and you're like, yo, they're buying this shit. They're liking this.
Yeah. So my first paid gig was at Oceanside. It was at this wine bar. It was like all white people. They were just fucking.
Nice.
And then like I was like, okay, let me relate. I stopped at a rest stop and I was relaxing, and then I put my head up and did this shit. But then I was like, okay, I'll talk about that. So as soon as I grabbed the mic, I was like, hey, you guys know that rest stop? That fucking rest stop, like 5 miles away. I'm from LA, so there's like all this traffic, but when I was at the rest stop, it was just quiet, right? I was so at peace, and the sun was setting, and I stuck my arms out, and I was like, and I just, oh, I need to get to that fucking bar, and I just said that because that's what I thought, and they fucking blew up laughing. I was like, that's funny. That's just what I thought,
Because you're in there. You're in the moment. Like, listen, And you could have said anything smart. You could have stolen anyone's stand up from like the 70s or 80s and use it as your bait. But like you decided, you know what? Let me start off with this.
Yeah, I hate that shit. By the way, I cannot stand like. There's so many cookie cutter comedians now. It's the weirdest fucking thing. I don't understand it, and it pisses me off.
It's like robots, yo. It's like robots. Yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes I remember because I move around a lot, so like I would be at home and just try not to move or like try not to shake my head and stuff. I don't know. It's like I guess there's like a time and place when to do certain sets of like what type of comic are you? Like what would you consider yourself to be like?
That's always kind of hard to answer. Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like sometimes do I want to just stand in one place, or do I want to like actually?
Oh, if you want to talk about that, then I'm actually quite animated, but also it depends on like. Okay, no, we'll just talk baseline. Baseline, I'm more animated. I just try to be as present as possible, no matter what.
Yeah.
As soon as I get in my head, I'm just fucking laser vision on the people in the audience. And
I've been trying this new thing where I don't move around a lot, but like just use my eyes,
like expressions.
Like I remember that I remember that one time at the show, the Irvine. It was like 900, and it was like a C. Like you just see heads, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, are there screens on top too? Are there?
There was no screens,
dude. Okay, because I remember doing this with my hat, and this face got waves, and I'm like, even the furthest guy and way in the back could see me like. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like the fact that someone can react to just doing this. Like I was in the middle of a joke and then I did an impression of my old boss who just looked at me like, wow. It's crazy.
I heard Joe Coy on his podcast earlier this week talk about what you're saying, but like in like huge arenas where like the waves of laughter, it'll still like go almost as if it's like an echo.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? Oh, is that? Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Is that why you took that off?
Joe Coy, go check him out. He's got everything sold out. Let's put a picture of Joe and me here. Okay, cool. He's another guy that I opened for. Another dream.
You know,
so that's another pod. We can say that for another pod.
I bumped into him at like a gay club years ago because it was my friend's birthday.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and then I was like, Joe? He's like, hey, what? He was like drunk. He had glasses. And then, so when I said a year and 6 months of comedy or stand-up, in 2015, around there to like 2016, I think, I did like 5 open mics. But I don't count that because that was me just like kind of half-assing trying it. But and around that time is when I bumped into him. And then he was shit-faced. And he was like, oh, you do stand-up? He was like, hey, I was like, you have any advice? He's like, yeah, do it anywhere. Do you know where I did it? I did it by a pool. Yeah, do it anywhere. Doesn't matter. And I didn't understand what he said for years until like less than 6 months ago when it finally started to click. Like I get it. Like any stage time.
Yeah.
So you get tougher.
Oh, this feels like Vietnam right now.
Yeah, I know,
right?
They're not looking for me.
They're probably looking for me.
Yeah.
I mean, people in
the jungle don't have fades. You know, like, I'm sorry. That's just what.
Man, I cut my sideburns for this thing. Is it too Elvis-y? I think it's too Elvis-y.
But that's crazy that you opened up for both of them. Because those are like literally my 2 top favorites.
First time I saw Joe Coy, I was living in Montreal, born and raised there, right?
Yeah.
My whole life, Just for Laughs has been there. You know, Just for Laughs gags with the funny little. The reason why that show, like they show stand up, but they also do like the ones where they're, you know, pulling pranks and stuff. Just for Laughs gags. You ever seen it? Anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah, so in 2004, Joe Coy came to Montreal, and he was part of, I think, New Faces, but he was also at this thing called the Asian Invasion or Laugh-Vasion or something. It was like a diverse thing. And dude, when he went up, I didn't even sit down. I just freaking stood up for like those 20, 30 minutes that he was on and just like kept on smacking the banister because it was so funny. And then I bought his bootleg like DVD.
Oh shit.
And he signed it. This was the one that he made at the Laugh Factory, like when he first started. And then, dude, when I first I performed at Just for Laughs 2 years ago. I did like an hour long thing, but he was there too. But I didn't say hi to him because I'm like, who am I to?
Yeah, just like
You
walk
know?
up. And
Yeah,
be like, hey, Joe.
He was with his crew, but I was just like, oh, you know, there's none of that. And then I meet this other comic, Andrew Lopez,
I know him.
who, so I saw him at UCB. We did a show together. He ended up opening up for Joe, who then he told him about me, and then he saw me at a show, and then that's when he asked me to open up for him, and I was just like, this is too.
Where did you open up from?
At the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa.
Oh shit! Okay,
Dude, it was me, Andrew Lopez, Andrew Rolfo, Joe, and Ron Jossel. It was all pure Filipino dudes, dude. And I was just like, I can't believe 5 Pinoy dudes are back here at the green room at the Comedy Magic Club.
Yeah.
And just doing what we do, you know? It's nuts.
He always talks about like helping the next generation of like Filipino Americans specifically, like his people. And if I ever got to his level, I would do the same for Koreans too. You know, or Asians in general too, but Koreans specifically, there's a lot of shit that happens within a community, but like, you know, I just love that type of stuff, like helping out the people that look like you that grew up the same way,
dude,
because it's tough, right?
The way Joe talks about his career in terms of like how all of his dreams are coming true, that's the same thing with me, and like just even meeting him, me having his freaking number on my phone. Like, it was so crazy. Like, I remember one day I ditched work. I work at this like restaurant, and I ditched work to help him, like just film him the entire day. I'm like, what? He's just hang out with me. Like, this was after I opened up for me and for him, and she's like, you just film me go to these 2 podcasts. Like I filmed him do his, and then we drove over all the way down to Santa Monica and filmed like The Fighter and the Kid. And the whole time I'm like, this is nuts. This is like
this is happening?
Yeah. You know, and I even told him, yeah, man, I ditched work to help you. He was like, what? He's like, let me pay you. I'm like, nah, man, this is good. I'm good. He drops me home in his Porsche. I'm like, yo, this is so fucking, this is how I'm in this passenger seat, you know? I'm just like, the fuck? He's like, ha. And I'm like, yo, it's crazy. So listen, man, all those heartaches that you're going to go through, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've had heartaches. To find someone that, you know, likes what I do, and to be in a city where, like, everyone's, like, so reachable, right? But it's like, you got to be a nice dude. You think I got here because I was an a-hole? No. You think I would do this if I was an idiot? No, man, you make fucking seeds. Right? Seeds that will freaking grow into friendships and whatever and all that shit. Because I don't know, man. I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be here. And if you're funny, you're funny. That's it. You know? Wait, what? You don't think you're funny because you're producing a show? That's crazy. You're doing it alone. You're doing this alone. Just don't be lazy, man. Just keep on doing it. Look at Joe's hustle. Look at Bobby's hustle. Dude. It's too much, man. People complain. They're getting a stage thing. Your own fucking stage time, you shithead. Fucking pay $5. Don't pay $5 for those mics. Do you pay sometimes?
I pay a lot, actually. I pay especially because of my work. Like, I don't know when I'm going to get off, and then especially.
Okay,
late,
so you gotta find a time.
I prioritize the stage time no matter what.
Maybe, because I came in from a whole other.
Because you started before all that shit,
yeah,
right?
man.
Yeah, because I heard it was way different before.
New York, I remember 2012, I moved to New York, and then I went to the comic strip, and there was this woman named Gladys. I think she's still there. And she would give you like tips on your comedies. You know, you do a 5-minute set, but you got to pay $14.
What?
And I was like, oh, okay, you know, I'll do it. I'll get the drink. I did my set. And then she gave me some advice. And then I wrote it down. And then the whole time, what the fuck is she talking about? Fuck that. She doesn't know it. Dude, I moved here. I showcased for some stuff. And I'm like, wait, no, she was right. Okay. she was right with certain things. Yeah, man. Don't get ripped off. If you go to a mic, just know that, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I pay a lot of $5 mics because like the way I look at it is, especially if it's convenient at that moment. I do some free ones too.
Yeah.
But I'm literally my own stock, and if it's gonna allow me to do and fit that in my schedule at that moment,
Korean. And,
yeah, like I'm investing in my own stock because I told myself I'm in this till I die.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like I literally burnt the boats. There's nothing left for me. Like just all this shit that I'm pursuing.
Yeah.
You know. So, I mean,
No,
I enjoy
that's-
it. This is the first time I've been happy. And
Dude, that's amazing.
yeah, even when I was making more money, I was more miserable.
See. You ever gotten paid for the stand-up? Has anyone ever gave you like a couple of bucks? And how was that
a few
feeling?
times? That Ocean side show,
Yeah.
I got paid like. So before that, I got like $5. That was it. One time. This one, I got paid 10 times that.
How'd you feel?
Dude, I felt like such a. First of all, I was like, thank God, because it's far. Like, pay for my gas, and I can buy some food if I wanted.
Yeah,
but
I understand,
I
yeah.
felt like for one moment that night, I felt like a fucking professional.
Dude.
I felt like I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, oh shit! And it was just it's sure it's just $50, but to me that I was like, what the
man.
fuck? I was like, what the fuck?
It's not just 50. It's the
me, it wasn't.
years of your dumb idiot mind coming up with like jokes, trying, you know, like bombing, people saying boo or whatever. And then at that point, everything that you said was meant to be at that night, you know? Sure, you could have done a better set or whatever, who knows? But yo, you got paid. And that was all because of like, you know, practice. So, dude, I remember getting paid $20 at the Laugh Lounge. This was in the Lower East Side. This guy named Pug Fernandez ran a thing, gave me $20, and I still framed it, or I still have it. I remember being so broke here. I sold all, like most of my Supreme hats.
Oh,
Dude, I don't give a fuck. I had like 14. I'm like, look, let those stupid hype beasts wear my smelly ass hats. But I remember looking at that 20. I'm like, no. It's too important. That was like my first US 20. As a Canadian getting paid US.
oh, that's even bigger.
Yeah, man. That's like what, $8 Canadian.
Damn. That's expensive, eh? Well,
Yeah. See, there you go.
yeah, if I take the A too far, I'll be like, hey, get a little Mexican.
Yeah, oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
that's yours, dude. That's yours.
Did you just come up with that?
Yeah. Unless I heard it
Because I'm
somewhere.
Canadian, I'm like, hey, right? But when they hear me say, hey, they think I'm Mexican. Oh, that's fucking.
Yeah, no, because that's what I think. Because I said A, and I was like, that sounds kind of Mexican, you know?
That's really funny. Hold on, let's get.
Oh, do you need?
No, it's good. We'll do
Oh,
this.
okay.
Okay, so this is just me recording. So I'm Canadian, but I look Mexican, and when I say the Canadian version of A here, people think I'm saying A in Mexican. Okay.
Yeah. And it'll work for you too because, like, dude, Filipinos,
Yeah.
they be looking Mexican because that's Spanish blood, because rape. You know what I mean? You guys got rape.
Okay. We're rolling. Great. Let's go. Dude, I felt like we went through like a whole. I don't know how your podcasts are, other than that one clip that I saw. I'll see this one.
Oh no, they're all over the place and like in a way that I just like or natural.
I feel that this one I needed to hear why you're doing it, and you know what I mean.
Why I'm doing the podcast?
No, or like why you got into comedy type of stuff. I mean, we could have talked about like anything, politics or some shit, but like this is good to know. Like, the fact that your comedy career was slowly taking place as I opened for Bobby,
Yeah.
and
It's
now that
crazy.
we're here, that's crazy. And you bought the tickets like way in advance.
Of course.
Oh my
And you know what? I was the
God.
first. There was 2 people in front of me, and then it was us. I showed up an hour and a half early in line. Yeah.
That's so cool, man. I remember being late on the second night, a little bit late, and just walking down the stairs of just like people like, oh, all the way down. I was like, damn. Yeah, man. That's dream stuff.
You know, what'd be crazy. You know what I just thought right now? If my ex were to listen to this, because she remembers.
What's her name?
Her name is
Okay, we don't got we could cut
her name. It rhymes with Ina.
Ina bobina. Go on.
FIFA Fofina. But yeah, then she'd be like, what the fuck? She like, holy fuck, you know? Just simply because she knows I love Bobby Lee. And this wasn't planned at all. Like, I had no idea this would fucking happen. You know what I mean?
I mean, and no one even asked
she was
me to
there from
do
the beginning. She saw it, you know, as like toxic as it was still cool for, because that was my dream. I stuck it out for so long because I was like, I fantasized about that ride or die chick. Right? But it still has to be healthy at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course. You're a ride or die with your career now.
Yeah.
And look, this is the truth. No one who wants, okay, it's like, if you're someone that really wants to do stand up, you're going to sit up front. Because you want to be there. You want to feel it. Like, when I, even before me doing stand up, I would watch comedy. I would sit up front. It's so fucking crazy because I'm there. It's like I'm there. Right?
Because then you fully feel it. You fully feel it. Yeah.
You want to feel it. So, like, for anyone that goes to, like, comedy shows, sit up front. Set breaker, sit up front. West Side.
Yeah, West Side.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, man. So, like, this is, like, technically, what, year 2, year 3?
Of what?
Comedy career?
A year and 6 months.
There will be a time when you won't even... Do you count your shows?
You know what's funny? You say that. You know, the Oceanside show was last month, okay? And I was feeling kind of down, and I was getting kind of nervous. I was like, fuck, they're going to pay me? I have to do my best. Like, fuck, I don't know if I deserve this. You know, I thought about that. And here's what I did. I remembered you can be confident in the work that you put. So let me actually count my voice memos. I record every set.
Yeah, of course.
And the sets are from like 5 to 7 to maybe like sometimes like 10 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Average like 5 to 7. I counted them, right? Before I drove. I did 300 in a year and like a couple months.
Jesus.
Because I take it seriously. Like I meant it when I said this is it. Like I'm willing to die for this shit. Yeah.
You're like Cooper Lee, the other Cambodian guy who counts everything. He makes it like maybe I should do that.
I didn't count it until that day.
Dude.
I only counted it because I felt so shitty.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Because I thought I did like 100.
Man. Yeah, LA's I mean, there's people want to laugh, right? Just go to any bar. They'll fucking, like, I'm producing my thing. It's gonna be the 3rd show this year, but still nerve wracking, you know. Like even though it's a free show, like, are people gonna show up?
Yeah. No matter
it's
what,
free.
Right? Yeah.
Right. Anyway,
How have they been?
they've been good. I invited this one industry dude who his name is Jeff. Let's call him that, and he hired me to do this like video clip thing. I'm like, yeah, let me just invite him just to see if he, you know, and then he just showed up. So like for your shows too, reach out to everyone, like casting directors, agents, let them know like who's going to be there. You know, that way, like, you put them on comp so that they don't have to worry about paying, you know, because you do the shows to showcase everyone that's there and you, right? Dude, you
I've thought about that.
No, don't think, dude. What's stopping you?
Yeah.
Yo, agency, like, reach out to all the top 5, top whatever, and then send them an email with like every single little info of like, okay, this is boom, 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 boom. They show up. They'll say in their assistant. Who knows? Keep on bugging them. They're not gonna say stop. Like when you get spammed, do you say please don't? No, you just ignore it. That's it. Just keep on.
And it's once in a while, like I think about it. Once in a while.
Now you gotta
depending
do
what
it.
it is.
When
no, I mean when I get spammed.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean the thing you're telling me right now, I never thought about it because I didn't even think it was like a thing to think about. It was never in my head.
Pimp it out, yo.
But now that you say that, now I'm like, oh shit.
Comedy managers, comedy like agencies, just they're everywhere. Everywhere.
Damn.
Dude, if you have stage time's hard, but also producing's hard, and you're doing both, why wouldn't you want to invite the world to that show, even if you don't think anyone? Yo, West Side, I'm sure there's like a lazy agent from Malibu that's willing to come down and, you know, chill and whatnot.
He's like, oh fuck, you're Asian, you do comedy?
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you. Yeah, you let me know, and then I'll spread the word out too, because you know, who knows?
Yeah. I'll be on a show later too. If you want.
I'm not gonna come up with the set. I'm kidding.
Just feel it.
Yeah, I'll just feel it.
Okay, there's 3 people. The energy's here. All right. Hey guys, I'm Dan Ramos.
I'm Dan. Nah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Whatever. I'm here. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice. This is. We're lucky. There's a reason why you want to tell jokes. There's a reason why you want to make people laugh. That's crazy if you want to do it for the money. You're crazy if you could do it for the money.
Dude, I just get excited when I get any stage time. I get so fucking hype. I was like, fuck yeah. Actually, do you want to know how we broke up? When I called her after a bar show, the bar show where all the comedians that were like, quote unquote pros that's been doing it a long time, they bombed, and then I did well. And I called her. I was like, 'cause we had like really bad problems, but it was so bad. I called her. I'm like, hey.
Oh, God.
I just came off the show, and I was so fucking fired up. She's like, oh, okay. And she didn't care. And I was like, I killed it. And I was like screaming like all fucking fired up.
I'm gonna kill you. Hello.
And she's like, why are you calling me? And I was like, because I want to have a nice conversation. We've been arguing too much, and I'm sorry. And I think we should just have cool, nice conversation. She's like, okay, but we have to talk about what happened at Target. I'm like, why do you want to talk about what happened at Target? I killed it. And she's like, no, it's important. I'm like, why? I'm trying to have a nice conversation.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because it was already bad. Like it should have been over a long time ago. But so mixed with like me already knowing it was like pretty much over. Plus like I was hyped up. And then she's like, you know what? We're done. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, we're done. And she hung up, and I texted her, I'm sorry, I'll listen. And she texted, we're done. And here's what I did. I was on a 405 south, and I went like this. And I went, yes, because I couldn't end it. I was so like
You
stuck.
wanted her to end it?
I couldn't end it, dude. I fucking couldn't.
Because you're a nice guy.
I'm too nice.
But now do you use it? Oh, you broke up with me. Do you use that now? You're the one.
I used the material like that, but not angry. But it's like funny. It's like at least people do that. But I did that. I was like, woo! Yeah. So now just being single and I love it. Like it's cool connecting with people like you haven't did this podcast moment, and then like these are the moments that are more enjoyable and more meaningful to me than like some relationship to where I feel like I went into it because I had nothing else and I felt empty, right?
That's a bad reason. It's like going into I don't know, like an entire whole like new field that you don't even want to study in, and you're stuck there. It's like, nah, man.
Shit, too real, man.
Yeah,
Very
I'm glad that I did this because I forget. Sometimes I forget. Am I funny?
Oh, because you've been doing it for so long. It's like it's like you're part of.
Yeah, but also it's
right?
like this, right? I remember there's this one comic that tells me, it's like you're not stand up, and I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, you do stand up, but you're not doing it full time. I'm like, yeah, but I've been doing it, and then it just made me realize, I'm like, wait, I know I'm not touring, I know I'm not on doing every single little country here and there, but I'm like, I do it, but I'm also like, I act, I do the voiceover shit, I play music, I edit videos, I'm a filmmaker, you can't. It's like, yo, man, if listen, some people are pure stand-ups and they got a career, and I'm like, I can't just focus on that. Like, even before we started recording, I was behind the camera just like for 5 minutes, like trying to find the right setting for this shot.
You cared more about the shot than I did, and I'm like, do you want this podcast?
Yo, this shot would have been like this,
I know, right?
And I'm like, all right, I'm Dan, and I'm like, nah, man, and he's like, Mike's just there, like,
yeah.
Like I do this thing where if I'm at a mic, any comic that makes me laugh, like out loud, I just see them already, like behind a camera, like behind a lens, like I could film them.
Oh, you're
somewhere.
behind the camera looking at them. Okay.
But also because like, yo, if they make me laugh already, like I know I could use that in something. Like this guy, Anthony Deo. Do you know him, Deo?
No.
He's a comic, a good funny comic. Like we've known each other for like, I guess ever since I moved here. But recently I was just like, yo, let me just film something, you and I. We do this dance thing in Barnesdale Park, and I'm like, yo, this is like I'm behind the camera and I'm dying of laughter, and then he's laughing. He's like, yo, we're laughing. I'm like, yo, you don't know, this is so good. I was like, you'll see. I'm like moving my camera like this,
panning it slowly.
Yeah, panning it slowly and all that. Yo, yeah, man, I find joy in that. You'll find joy in other things. Like you find joy in producing. No one wants to produce, but you got to produce, right?
Yeah,
so that you could have the time.
I love giving people time. Like people tell me, A, I've never been to West Side,
that.
And then B, I never get this much time. I give people a lot of time. I give them at least 10 minutes.
Dude.
10 to 15, depending.
I don't think I've ever done West Side.
That's why I'm going to put you on the show. Like
yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm a Thai-town guy. I'm a East Hollywood dude. I don't...
I actually assumed you've done West Side before in my head. I just felt like you did.
Oh, wait, no, I did once with Andrew Lopez. I did a set there.
Okay, because that's what I met Andrew Lopez at a West Side mic when I was in my first month.
Maybe that was the last time. Did he go on? Did he bring he brought me up and this other dude.
For the mic?
Yeah, maybe that was the one.
You weren't there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just him,
Yeah.
and we connected.
Yeah, man. It's cool to know other Asian dudes who do comedy. It's like a
I don't know a lot.
web.
I don't know a lot.
Who do you know? Let's list. So you know me.
There's Eric Escobar.
Okay.
There's Andrew Lopez.
Right.
They're all fucking Filipino.
Yeah, you're Filipino.
Yeah. Well, I come on,
Michael.
Michael. What
Michael.
are you doing?
Yeah.
I love Filipino music too. Do you know River Maya?
I don't know any Filipino music.
Okay, bilis namang maglaho ang pag-ibig mo sinta. Daig mo pang isang kisap mata.
Oh my God. What the fuck? Why do you know this?
I told you, I hung out with they would speak Tagalog 80% of the time around me. I don't know what I said,
Dude.
but like I learned to sing with them and hang out and eat the food. And
You are funny because now you could be. I've always wanted to. That's so funny. You could be that character. You could be the Korean guy that tells all the ladies that you're Filipino, but you're actually Korean. But I'm like, yeah, man. Like every time you're hanging out with the Filipino crew, it's like, no, he's like really light skinned Filipino. He's from the north.
Yeah, he's a
like,
Chinese Filipino. Yeah.
He's inchik Filipino. That's so funny.
Yeah, you know, I'm emceeing a debut next Friday too. I swear to God, it's my first one. I was like, whoa, shit, I got hit up out of nowhere.
Can I come?
Why not?
I'm Filipino. I'll just come along.
I'll text her.
Where is this? Where is this?
It's
And I also want a free meal.
fuck. They didn't even really tell me. I think it's in the Valley. I'll
When's it,
text
Saturday?
her. It's on a Friday. I don't know if you could do that. If you
Friday, what
can.
time?
In the afternoon, I think.
I'll just roll with you. Would that be weird if I rolled with you?
No, I want you to come. Let me text her though. Let me text her, and I'll text you. Okay, that would be fucking sick.
Yeah,
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's great. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm excited as fuck.
Because I love debuts. That before stand up, before even calling myself a comedian, that's all I did.
You were hosting?
Hosting
shit.
Asian variety shows, debuts, weddings,
Oh, shit.
or like reception stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because it was an excuse to go over to the table and just eat their shit and just make fun of them and like, oh, why don't you want to say some good things about your daughter? She just got married and the moms. It's so fun.
Dude, and Filipinos have like out of all the Asians, they have the best. They have the best sense of humor. They laugh. They love to laugh. That's why I love Filipinos. They love to laugh and feed you and drink. You know what I mean?
See, what did I say to you before you even came here? Yo, did you eat?
Yeah. No. I knew
And
that.
they're like, yeah, sweet, I ate. I'm like, okay, good. Just make
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, this guy's gonna feed me. So that's why. And I didn't eat yet until you said. And I lied. I ate after I sent that.
Yo, you want to eat? Let's eat something.
We can. I just didn't want you to go out of your way because like I told you, I know Filipinos. I know what you guys do, man. You guys are too hospitable. Oh, is it?
Offered you my bathroom.
It's like, Micah, are you still hungry? No. Is he Filipino? I've gotten that. Like, oh my God, he's not.
He's not my.
Ay, nako.
He's look like one of those Korean pop stars, but he's Filipino.
Yeah. No, I thought he was Chinese Filipino.
Chinese Filipino.
Yeah. Super Chinese. Lechka.
Yeah.
Super. Yeah, dude. I feel more comfortable around Filipinos than my own people. Honestly.
Damn.
That's to the extent it is. Like when I hear the accent, I'm like, I'm home.
Yo, that's nuts.
Yeah. I didn't have many Phil-Am friends.
Where
I had
were
a lot
you
of
born?
Filipino. I was born here.
Like where in California? So like explain to me what area.
Cedars-Sinai Hospital, which is in LA.
And then you guys
I grew
up
up in Torrance.
Okay, so Torrance.
Next to Carson.
Okay. So that was all mostly Filipinos, right?
Carson is a crazy amount of Filipinos. But then I didn't start hanging out I didn't even know what a Filipino was until I was 18 when I met a Filipino and he introduced me to his friends. I was like, what the fuck is a Filipino? Because there was like a small handful at my school. There was a lot of Asians, but very few Filipinos. And then as soon as I met a Filipino and then they invited me to hang out, I got thrown into it. Like sink or swim. And I was like,
cool.
I'm like, what the fuck language is this? Why do they speak it all the time? I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's like dude, that's like me going over to my I don't want to talk about this.
Sorry, I'm just saying yes. Central Casting Texas, man.
Yeah, do it.
Yes, that's what I did.
Is it Master Lee?
Master Yi from fucking. That's still crazy that you got a fucking Master Yi Can we talk about this? By the way,
Yeah,
I edit all this stuff
No,
out.
no,
so.
no. I want to talk about it.
You
It's
wanna talk
so
about it?
funny.
Okay, let me restart it.
Because then we can hashtag it.
That's true. No, and actually, and then I'll put it on. I'm going based off of you. Like I wanted to hang out with you, but if you have other
I just
things
want
to
to
do,
eat, and then I'll go back and record.
okay.
Because I just gotta edit. Like I already recorded stuff, but I could just
Oh, you got the main stuff down.
yeah.
Yeah, because like honestly, like
Because the editing, because like I'll take like 20 takes for like one or whatever. So it's like the best out of. You know.
and honestly, I think it might be better that you didn't do too much research because then you might start like emulating the other characters.
I didn't
and
want
shit.
that
Like,
too. Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll just stick with what I got.
Yeah, because it could be fresh and different. They're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. Because I also gave in some Dan Ramos-isms. Okay, sorry, I don't know what's happening here.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We talk about
Okay,
what the fuck
sweet,
we want.
yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
matter. Yeah. But League of Legends, man, like that. Do you know why I became a communication studies major?
Dude, I was me too.
But do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Because I played that fucking game and failed accounting 3 times.
Oh.
3 times you can't take it anymore. I would play that game up until the morning of the final, sleep for 2 hours, and then fail it.
But that's so weird how that could be a career now.
Dude.
Like arenas, I think there was one like right by Olympia.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Like
telling you, these games are crazy. Like I told Dan off camera, like 5 years ago when I was in the video game industry, I was a journalist and I'd go to all this shits. So like,
Dude, we gotta find a way. I want. Yeah. Dude, I've been wanting to Twitch stuff, but like only like with old school video games and just me riffing on it because I don't know any of this. Just like me. Okay, well, let's business talk later.
Yeah. So like the pot for the tournament, the amount of money for the team, it's a team of 5, and of course there's like the managers and shit, but it doesn't matter. Was 18 million for this PC game. And there's multiple games where you can make a lot of fucking money.
Right.
Yeah. And I think Twitch is a great place for like comedians too, but you have to stream often to where people know you, or you already have a following and then they follow you on Twitch, and then that could be like your side hustle and shit because they want to watch you.
Probably need bigger tits.
If you have tits, you're in. You're already.
I'm
You're good.
double D's, but I need triple Z's.
Just eat more. I don't know, crispy pata or some shit.
Yo, you gotta put
All
a crispy pata pictures so that people
Yeah, right
know.
there, so they know.
It's like
People
deep
don't
fry-
know about that shit, dog. Like I'm telling you, like that is one of my favorite dishes of all fucking time.
White
It's just so
people
good.
don't ever eat a crispy pata. It's the worst thing. But yo, how the crispy skin.
Fuck, dude, and you peel it off. Like I would go to the Filipino parties at the. I
Who
love.
would peel it
I
off
love when
versus
Manny
old tita
Pacquiao.
lady like peeling it off, right?
Yeah, just like this on the Bob Boy, the big ass pig.
Those Bob boys.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like that's why I
Dude.
loved the Manny Pacquiao like years ago when he was like going crazy like momentum, because there were so many Filipino parties at the houses with the fucking full roasted pig,
you're
and I
there
was the
with
only
like-
Korean there just fucking grubbing. I'm like, damn, this is sarap. This is very good. I like this.
So yo, that light skinned Filipino's loving it.
It's like, damn, that guy. Yeah.
Man.
I miss those days, man. I miss it.
Yeah. Me too, man. Sorry, I was just reminiscing.
No, I know. I was letting. I was like, I was like, dude, this is like a sincere moment.
There was this one time in Toronto when I was living in Toronto. It was me and my cousins, and then we got invited to this super rich like Filipino girls party, right? So it's beautiful, like Mestiza. Mestiza's like light skinned Filipino like woman was staring at my cousin Marvin. And I'm like, yo, Marvin, I think she likes you. She's like, her? I'm like, yeah, and hostess. He's like, really? And Marvin, like, you know, he's from the Philippines, but he moved to Canada, so his accent is done, right? So like, hey, Marvin, this is, let's call her Isabel. Like, Marvin, this is Isabel. She invited us here. And Marvin's like, hey, thanks for having us here. And Isabel goes, oh, Marvin, you're so handsome. And I'm like, both of our boners just like went inside of our bodies and out of our asshole. Cause like, yo, her accent was so tough. Like, oh, it's so happy for you to be here. And you know, and I'm like, mute, yo.
It's like, mom.
Mom,
Or is that strong?
Okay.
Because that's like with me for like
I
Korean
can't.
accents. When if it's like slightly like very light, I'm like, that's kind of cute. But when it goes like,
It was
hey,
too much.
Michael, did you eat the food? Are you hungry? Oh, do you want to eat? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Korean girls talk like that?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, if they're Korean American,
I'm so kidding.
if they're Korean American, they're like, oh my god, what are you doing? Are you hungry? Did you eat?
Oh,
Did you
dude,
eat?
let me tell you.
No, are you serious? It's
Listen,
like almost Valley Girl.
When
fucking
I-
can't stand that shit.
this is prepubescent Dan. Okay. First time I ever visited California was like in '97. I was like 13 or 14 at the time. And in Montreal, you know, you got Filipino fobs, Filipino Canadians, you know, accent is, you know, like mine, but whatever. Yo, first time I heard a Filipina talking like a Valley girl, that messed me. She's like, "Hi." I'm like, "Hello?" She's like, "My name is Valerie, Banumbam," and I'm like, "What?" And you could shut your eyes and she's white, but then you look and she's brown. That messed me. And then yeah, I was obsessed with like import like
Models.
That was it, man. Asian Avenue and all that shit. Do you remember Asian Avenue?
No, but
Sorry.
But were you the type of guy where like, hey babe, do I look beautiful? It's like, yeah, you look great, but just sit on the hood of that car, you'll look better.
Sit on the hood of my parents' caravan.
Yes.
Yeah, man, that messed me up. I was just like, wow. And then when I moved here, whatever. Still, my girlfriend has the accent, so yay. No.
Oh,
no.
Does she have a slight like?
Maybe slowly.
But that's good. That means she's like still, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's also using like lightning skin.
Oh, she bleached herself?
I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, because I know they do that there in like in Jamaica and shit, because they
I know,
love
that's
light
crazy.
skin.
Koreans do that too, even though they're already. Now, what's up
Pale.
with that?
It's just like it goes back to like for all the Asians, like that's a sign of
But-
beauty. And skinny, the skinny thing is too crazy, man. I've had friends that said, I weigh 101 pounds. I need to be under 100. I'm like, you're like 5'6". What the fuck?
Yeah, the wind is gonna blow them off.
Yeah. Like at that point, you're just like a small bag of bones. Like if I wanted
You're
to
a
fuck
bag
something
of
like
rice.
that. Yeah. Like,
Jasmine
like
rice.
you could literally get, if you want to recreate that, just get like a grocery bag, stick it with like those Lincoln logs, and then put a hole in it and some Vaseline. Boom, that's it. That's all you got to do.
I could go to KFC, eat an entire bucket, use the bones, and the bones would weigh more than the.
Yeah.
100 pounds.
Ugh, so mean.
man.
How dare you say that? They say.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, yeah, she doesn't lighten her skin. I do. I lighten my taint.
My taint. You like your taint? The Guccial area. I like tan girls, dude. I was obsessed with Filipino girls for like years.
Wow. Who was the first one? Have you dated one?
Yeah. Yeah. Her name was Charmaine.
Oh, I dated a Charmaine.
Charmaine.
I dated a
A
Char.
long fucking name. I don't. It was like 3 middle names.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
you see how? I was like,
And she was dating a Korean guy at the time, and then I stole her from him, and then
the
she
Korean-
left me to go back to him, and I was brokenhearted, which I had it coming.
Yo, so she went from North Korea to South Korea back to North
Basically.
Korea.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's funny.
She wanted the
that?
abuse.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
He was mean. He was not a good guy.
He probably just ate all the pork skin from her. I don't know.
Yeah,
That
but not,
sucks.
but you know, like hearing you be talk about being with like somebody who understands the culture and she also understands your journey. Like I haven't really dated because she was Mexican, like, but she was very
You
whitewashed.
need to date a Benai. You cannot deny.
Yeah. Like I want to date somebody who I don't have to explain what Asians go through. Like she was like, Asians go through that? I'm like, what? I asked her, have you ever had anybody make fun of you for being Mexican? Because she's white passing. She's like, no. I'm like, then you're white. Then you're white as fuck. You don't know what you're talking about. She's like, Asians don't go through that. I'm like, dog. I said you'll see this. And when I said somebody's gonna come up to us, people are gonna come up to us because you're hot and you're not, and you look kind of white, and I'm Asian, and you'll see. And then within 3 months, this guy at a karaoke bar, white guy, came up to me. He's like, "You're an Asian singer. You're an Asian singer."
Oh fuck! You're gonna get punched.
Yeah, but he had 7 like big friends behind him, so I had to keep my cool. Yeah.
I would have throughout the night
Mm.
passive aggressively like spit on his back when he's not watching.
On his like Texas University sweater.
Yeah, spit on a Texas University sweater.
Okay, that was very Gollum.
That's how I come.
There was a girl that I dated that they'll come like she was being like force choked by Vader.
Oh my
Her eyes will roll up,
god!
and her eyes will roll up, and she'd be like,
Were you doing her in the belly button or what?
"No, my dick's not that big. It's not."
Yeah, and she also had an Audi, so that was worse. Your fucking dick went inverted. It just cupped it like this. That's disgusting. I've always wanted to date a woman with an Audi and just chew on it.
What the fuck?
You ever take it like a woman's Audi and then like twist it until you could like poke it out?
Wait, are you being serious right now?
Yeah, check out in 1994. Vanessa Van Wilken, she did that.
What?
Yeah, man. She had a belly button like this, like an Audi. She was like 42, 43. Her Audi was like that. Sorry, I'm just her Audi. This was her Audi. And then like like a balloon, like, and then
Wait, she popped out her belly button?
yeah, she popped out her Audi. And Audi is when it's like that.
No, I've seen an Audi, but you're making it sound like it's like a baby dick popping out. Like it popped out,
No,
protruding very
she just
far.
got tired of it. She was like, ah.
I have this thing where belly buttons bother me. Like if somebody pokes me on my belly button,
you're like my
I want to throw up.
girlfriend.
I hate, and I don't like Audis either. They have to be innies.
Okay, wait.
I get grossed out.
What do you Q-tip your belly button hole?
I use I go in the shower and I use my pinky and I just like scrape that shit out. And not all the time too. I wait till it gets all nasty.
Oh shit! You're like my girlfriend.
Yeah, it feels good, dude.
I'll
like
say
it.
this.
What?
Sorry, Carla. One time. Yeah, I saw her Q-tip edge after her cleaning her ears.
Yeah.
And it was darker than my soul. I was like, what is that?
Dude, that's so fucking disgusting.
It was like the first wax of the century. It was like the first layer. Dude, it was so brown. Sorry. Let's go back to Vanessa Van Wilken with her pop belly. Man, yeah, check it out. In 1994, she did that.
Do you have a fetish for that stuff? Like belly buttons?
That's what I had a fetish for when I was a kid. Long boobs. Like, it was fucking weird.
Are you what?
So one time my dad had a porno.
Saggy boobs?
One time my dad had a porno. And
Oh, you mean like teardrop boobs?
no, not teardrop.
Like
I'm talking about
sagging?
like long. These were like if my leg was a long boob, just like sagging. It sagged.
Oh, so you like MILFs?
It was
gilfs.
it was
It's
a
a
weird
gilf.
face because like I was looking at this porno mag my dad had. I was like, why? And then sometimes I'll be looking at women when I was a kid walking around, and I'm like, I bet you she has long boobs. And it's this point. Yeah, man.
Do you still have that?
No, I kind of went away, and then I went to ass. So are you still an ass or breast person, or are you more of a
Legs.
leg? Yeah,
I have a
see?
leg fetish, a massive leg fetish,
Leg, but all around.
including the ass.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be big. But I like it when it's like perky and shaped, leading to long legs and like a high calf, meaning like the calf cuts off like almost a third of the way.
LA white women have long ass.
Like chalkboard ass.
Like 1980s Venice Beach music video, long ass.
Oh, I know what you're
high,
talking about.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do not deny this. It's a fact. Just long. It's okay.
Things are changing now, though. Things are changing.
Yeah, things are changing.
Because everybody's like trying to squat, so you don't even know what it is anymore. So then if they stop squatting, then it might go back to deflation.
And we want inflation.
We want inflation.
We want the economy to get better. White women have thicker asses than before.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong, right? It went from flat to all of a sudden, booty, 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 booty.
Dude.
Whoa. Thank you, Paul Wall.
But Bubba Sparks.
I'm sorry.
Bubba Sparks. I'm sorry.
I
I don't want to be that guy, but I had to do it.
Rappers.
I had to do it, man.
What was Paul Wall?
Did he do sitting sideways? Yeah.
That's Bubba Sparks. Paul Wall was
Sitting sideways all different day. Sitting sideways. Yeah, with the bow wow. Pow wow. Hey, what's up, man?
Pow wow.
Pow. Like a Batman, old school Batman. Pow wow.
Wow.
Pow wow.
Yeah, you could cut all that white long ass.
I'll cut that out. I'll cut that out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll cut that out. Don't worry about it.
but do put pictures just to prove my point.
I don't want to do that.
I will.
Do you want to do
You'll put your video up, and then I'll just be like, "Oh, by the way, we forgot to talk about this."
We forgot.
A fucking like sub video, and you're like, I'm getting more hits than the first one. Okay, no. Yeah, man. What was the question?
There was no real question.
I'm Dan.
So,
I do comedy.
yeah, man. So how? Wait.
Legal
so,
legging.
Legal legging?
Legal.
Legal leggings. Oh, now I'm getting kind of happy. So legal
This
leggings.
looks like a Neapolitan ice cream. You got chocolate, raspberry, or strawberry, and vanilla.
That's a third world country.
Yeah. Mom, why does my ice cream have a pube? Oh, I used to just pull out my hairs
Yeah. Floss
and
with
just like
do your teeth.
I leave them in my teeth
I did that too.
because like when I'm sleeping, right, when I'm like dreaming, I go like this.
Could you like play with it, right? A little bit, like it go up and down a little, but it still stays in between your teeth.
Sometimes I'll take like a really thick one
Yeah.
and I put it in the middle over here, and I just like pretend it's a little toothpick. I'm like,
Oh, do you know what I used to use for toothpicks? I used to bite my toenails off, and I just like
what
scrape
the
my...
wait? So you just go to the mall and you're like,
No, I go like this. I go,
what the hell?
yeah. But my teeth, my two front teeth don't touch anymore because like they're grinded. But before, when I used to be able to do it, like I get the big toenail and it's like sharp at the end, and I just like scrape between.
Shit.
Yeah.
I used to have a fantasy of just like saving all of my toenails and fingernails and putting in a jar, and then by the time I'm like 70 years old, if I'm like in a relationship with someone and they break up with me, I'll just open the jar of nails and just shove it into their face.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, this are all of my nails that I've collected throughout the years, and they're in your mouth.
And she has like micro cuts on her face.
I don't care. I'm already away.
And you won't get in trouble because it's micro. So they won't really see the cuts. You know, have you seen
That's
Buffy
true.
the Vampire Slayer?
No, man.
Like, because there was an episode where this one girl was like collecting the toenails of the roommate, and she's like, I'm telling you, she's a demon. The nails are still growing.
Ew.
And it ended up being that she was a demon. But Buffy didn't believe her.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Wait, what are we going to eat?
I don't know. What do you feel? I feel like I could. I don't even want to say it because I don't want anyone to like
Take that spot?
Okay, like no, I'll say it and then we can blur it.
Okay.
Would you do that? No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
What makes you think I don't like...
I don't know.
What do you feel like I eat?
I don't know. Wait, you're Filipino, so you know. Okay, so I would know. Great. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's eat there at.
Yeah.
Or I got something for you.
I've been staring at that the whole time.
I got him.
It looks like Wolverine sliced it a little bit.
Got him an avocado, a fresh avocado from my tree. So
Very
this is-
fresh.
you don't have to touch it.
Okay, I won't touch it. That looks...
Let's
cancerous.
Let's just listen to it thud on the ground, okay?
Okay.
Quiet on set.
Quite honestly.
Quiet on set.
Wow, that's pretty heavy.
I think that's how I like to end things.
That's with the drop, with the mic drop. The motherfucking mic drop.
I just pissed behind the tree over there.
Next to the avocado. Maybe it'll heal the avocado. Maybe it'll get rid of the bruises.
Start it off.
Oh,
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
The avocado exploded.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah. It's no, it's fine. It's fine. The cable's fine. We can still keep recording. We'll just clean it after. Because that's not
what
that much.
happens when I'm here,
Guys,
Mike.
the avocado fucking exploded, and
Don't fuck with me and my
it-
avocado.
It actually looks delicious. I'm not gonna lie. This fucking avocado.
Okay, we're gonna have to. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Dude, don't even apologize.
I think it's funnier because it exploded and it hit some of your equipment, which didn't hurt, but it's
didn't-
okay. It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We're good.
I mean, the most it got on was like the cable, which is not a big deal. I would worry more about my actual.
Oh, wash it. Look, see, boom,
expensive-
right here. Look.
Yeah,
See,
boom, just
boom.
easy, just simple.
See,
one
no
up
one's getting
here.
sued.
No one's getting sued.
No one's getting sued.
I don't even have the money to sue, so it
I'm
doesn't
looking at the
matter.
camera. You're not. I'm not
Yeah.
getting sued. Okay.
No, this is-
I'm looking at the camera except for legal.
So this is the first time that I shot a podcast outside, and the first time I had an avocado explode onto my.
Yeah, man. How do you think? What do you think
Of what?
of this outdoor?
I actually like it, and it's kind of it feels like it's private, even though it's obviously not. But I enjoy it. Like I feel like you could shoot a bunch of other stuff out here. The only
Dude.
issue is like if it's a windy day.
It's okay. No, you know,
But-
these
but
mics
besides
is good.
that-
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we're not using like boob
That's
holes.
true.
Like this
That's
is like
true.
straight up. Like you're good to go.
Yeah, but I mean, like besides
and
that,
you know what? If it's a nice wind,
yeah.
so people will feel the breeze. This is freaking March. There's no snow.
I am actually interested to hear what it'll sound like with like a slight breeze in the background. And it might be kind of calming Because, like you said, this is still like pretty like good equipment at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
It's like this. It's like pretend that Mother Nature out here and their sound is the audience. You know, you got the helicopters, you got the nice little wind. It comes. We use it.
Yeah, you know, it's
We were talking about my long tit fetish or what?
no, I don't. We can move on from that.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
No, you were like kind of. I don't know if you were reminiscing or you were really like in your thought. You were being like. You were.
Yeah, I was looking away. I was saying how like in my whole life I've just been like just the first time I ever filmed something was in 1996 or something. My mom bought a video camera because I would always do piano recitals before I even did like stand up or whatever.
Damn, you play piano?
Yeah, I did like 8 years, like serious piano stuff.
Oh, because you do music?
Yeah.
I do music too.
What? What'd you do?
I
What'd you
sing.
play?
I don't play it, but I sing.
What?
Yeah.
Yo.
I'll show you some stuff later.
Yeah, well, jam.
We just my friend just sent me a thing yesterday.
Your studio?
No, my friend has a studio. And he brought me. He was like, "Hey, let's record a cover." And I record. It's like a 1 minute cover of a Louis Capaldi, you know, "Someone You Loved." That I'll show it to you later.
Yeah. Oh, listen. Yeah, cool.
And maybe I'll play it later for you guys too.
Okay, I'll put the link over here.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Sorry.
Is this YouTube? Right here. Subscribe, like.
Piano video. Yeah. So like outside of like stand up, I love just filming stuff. So I did like 8 years of piano, and every time I do a recital, my mom would film me do horribly on the piano or whatever. But every time I'd make a mistake, I'd look into the audience and do a face just so I could ignore the mistake and then go back into it.
So would that calm you down?
Yeah, no, it just made me laugh too. I'm like, hey man, this is funny too. Like even the mistakes are like I look forward to making more mistakes just so I can make them laugh instead of them listening to my piano.
Interesting. So that's where it started.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then when I stopped playing the piano, I was just messing around with the video camera, and then that's when I made like stop motion animation stuff. Like this was even before high school, right? Like, and I didn't know that you could, like, when you watch movies, you're like, honestly, this is the truth. As an Asian kid, when you see Hollywood, you're like, oh, Asians can't do that. We can't be filmmakers.
Yeah.
But my whole life, I've just been like making short films with me and my cousins, with my neighbors. I went to film school. I moved to another city just so I could continue that. That got me into like learning everything that has to do behind the camera, but also like learning the art of stand-up, performing, and all that too. So it's like, listen, man, if you can't just do one thing, you can't like, yeah. So I don't know. I'm just thinking like I'm 36, and I'm living here. That's like a dream already. Like. When I was living in New York, I never thought, oh, when LA asks for me, I'm going to come down. No, man, you come down here. I remember flying down here, just putting my head down and like, who the hell am I to come down here and compete with every single one? I'm just a immigrant. I'm just a guy on a visa. I'm not permanently here, but I'll do my best. Did I tell you I've tested for this like ABC sitcom? It would have been me or this other dude for the main role of a sitcom.
No, I didn't know that. No.
Dude, that's another thing. So on my second year, I went hard and got an agent and a manager. And then I'm like, these are the goals, right? I kind of want to do pilot season stuff. Pilot season is when, you're auditioning for like sitcoms that would be shown in the fall. So in the first year, like he puts me up for a couple of auditions. And then on Valentine's Day, I begged my girlfriend to help me memorize 9 pages because I had to send it that night. Wow. I'm like, I know it's Valentine's Day, but Valentine's Day could be on the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, all on me. She's like, okay. She helps me memorize 9 pages of a script. So we send in the self-tape, I'm there like doing my thing. 3 scenes. 3 scenes with 3 pages each. That's basically the entire show, right? And then like 30 days later, they're like, casting director wants to see you. I'm like, who's the casting director? Julie Ashton. She did like 2 Broke Girls, Mad TV, and all that stuff. Oh, and I go to her office and I'm like, I go to the place and I'm like, wait a minute. I stuck into her office 2 years ago. When I first moved here, I was like, who's the top dog casting directors? I made a list and then I just snuck into her freaking office and handed in my thing. I lied to the door guy.
Damn.
This was in Hollywood and Vine. I'm like, why are these doors gold? This is through Hollywood.
Is this heaven? What the fuck?
Yo, man, so I'm there with my freaking Manila. It's funny because I'm from Manila.
Yeah.
Manila envelope with my headshot. And this guy's like in a suit. He's like, "Hey, man." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here to see Julie." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I have a headshot." And she's like, "Julie, do you have an appointment?" I'm like, "No, but I know that she's here." She's like, "Oh, if you don't have an appointment, she's not here then." And I'm like, "What?" And then this tall black dude walks in a suit. And I'm like, this guy was from UCB. His name is Lucas. So I'm like, "Lucas!" He looks back. He's like, "Dan?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, and then door guy is like, "You know him?" He's like, "Yeah, Dan Ramos." And I'm like, "See, he knows me." Door guy's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, Dan, he's funny." And I'm like, "See, that's why I'm here, Julie Ashton." Guy's like, "Because it's security, you know?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay." Yes, he lets me go. And I'm like, "All right." Now we're in the elevator.
You walk.
Because I'm like, yo, I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped.
Oh yeah, you feel like a fucking boss, right? Yeah.
Yo, if you want the top dogs to see you, you're not gonna let anyone
Yeah.
fucking stop you. So I'm like, I'm crazy right now. Tall black dude beside me. He's like, "So what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go into Julie Ashton's office and hand her my headshot." He's like, "Do you have an appointment with her?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "I didn't know you could do that. I can't even do that." And then the elevator guy, he's like, "What you gonna do?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Julie." He's like, "You gonna go, Julie? And you knock and put the headshot?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, you have no appointment? You have no appointment?" I'm like, "No, man, no appointment." He's like, "Okay." He just fucking opens the door, lets me go. The door closes, and Lucas is like, "What?" So now I'm like, this is boss level. Bowser. Now you see the flames.
Oh shit. Okay.
The first door opens. I'm like, as an actor, you need to fucking let him know how urgent. So it's a tall white girl. She's like, "Excuse me, how?" I'm like, "I need to see Julie right away." She's like, oh, okay, upstairs." I'm like, "Thank you." And I'm like, there. I'm like going up there, and I'm like, everyone's looking. He's like, "What the fuck's that?" And I'm like, "Boss, I see Bowser." Open the door. She's on her phone. I'm like, "Hey, Julie." And she's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, don't worry. Here's my headshot." And she's like, "Thanks." And then as I walk away, I see her like put it in the shredder, I think.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
No. And I'm like,
Otherwise,
those
it
are
wouldn't
my
have happened.
dreams. Dude, so fast forward 2
Yeah.
years later, I'm testing with her. She's behind the...
You didn't hit her up anytime in between that. Wow.
It's because my manager reached out, and then ABC was like, "Hey, we might want Dan for this." Dude, it would have been 6 years. Okay, so I test in front of her. This is 30. Imagine you do a self-tape right now, 9 pages. Tomorrow. Here's 9 pages. Tomorrow. Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
You know? You wait 30 days. Within those 30 days, I'm like still dishwashing, but I'm still like memorizing those lines.
Yeah.
And also memorizing other pilots because, like, you know, that's the shit. So then all of a sudden, 30 days later, they're like, "Julie wants to see you." I'm like, "Who?" "Julie Ashton." Elevator woman.
Elevator one.
The one that I snuck into.
Uh-huh.
That's the woman that wants to see me. So I go into the WB for those 9 pages, and she was the one casting for that show.
Shit.
And I'm like, "Hi, Julie." She's like, "Dan, you're so funny." And I'm like, do you remember me?" She's like, "We saw your tape. Really funny." I'm like, "I'm the guy that's..." She's like, "Oh my God."
She remembered.
I'm like, "Was it scary?" She's like, "Yeah, I thought you were weird." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here." She's like, "Crap." And then she's like, "You're ready?" I'm like, "Yeah, where are your sides?" I'm like, "I'm good."
Ooh.
Dude, this is your life, man.
Yeah.
So she's like, "All right, we do one take." The first scene, 5 characters in like 3 pages. So your eye line is everywhere. You're doing this, looking that, boom, 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 boom. Second scene, me and another person comes in. 3, it's all football plays, right? With the camera, you got to know where you got to look, right? Like, we'll have a discussion one day where when you go to an audition, you'll know how to, you know.
Yeah.
So I do that all in one take, 9 pages, boom, 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 boom. She loses her pages in the middle of it because she was laughing, and I'm like, damn. And I'm still memorized. I'm like, I know more of your lines. If you're memorizing, you got to memorize everyone's lines. The guy behind the camera, her assistant, is just like shocked too. He stops it. They say thank you. I go back home, and a couple of days later, they're like, "Hey, you need to audition again." I'm like, "Oh, for the producers?" They're like, "No, the producers already saw your tape. Julie pushed pushed you to, and they love you, and now you're testing. I'm like, what is that? It's like, you're going to be going to an audition and auditioning for the president of the ABC and the WB.
Wow.
It's going to be you and another person for the role. And I'm like, so what about my visa? Like, don't worry about that. I'm like, what about, and they're like, it's going to be 6 years, 22 episodes per year. And I'm like, how much are, and they gave me the number, and I'm like, that's crazy. They're like, crazy? We're trying to aim for this. And I'm like, what? Wow. The next day I go up and I sign the shit, and I'm looking at the contract, and I'm like, dude, I'm a Filipino kid from Montreal, Canada. I don't have a six pack. I'm not tall. I lived in a garage, lived in the basement, lived in the kitchen. Dude, when those pages were there, I was like, everything was worth it, man. Cause you're like, even 2 shows would just. So we signed that shit. I go in, I do my thing. 5 days later, I didn't get it. They gave it to the other dude. Damn. Yeah, man. But
that's still crazy,
dude.
Though.
That's pilot season. That's like, and people go through this every single year.
Fuck.
That's what you're stressing. His stressing out as like an Asian dad, just like realizing that you're just.
But do you know why I did that? Because I had a same exact thing, similar. Well, not the same exact thing, but it was between me and another guy for this pilot, which I don't know, but it was for one of the writers of King of the Hill, and it was for like voiceover, and it's because somebody thought I was somebody else, and they hit me up on Facebook. It's like, hey, we want to test you. I was like, okay, and then I never did it before. I never did auditions. It was over the phone with the guy who wrote it, and then it was for the role of an Asian American doctor. So like, just like regular voice. And the guy, he called me like 3 times to do 3 different, things. And then he's like, it's between you and this other guy. I like you a lot. But we're no longer looking for like 2 separate, like the Asian dad from Asia and the doctor son. We're looking for one guy to do both. And me, I was like, that's why when you texted me about the accent, I don't really like doing that. Because it's for a cartoon. And I was like, I don't know. Like, can you just do it? I was like, yeah. And I did it. I didn't fully commit. I kind of hated myself. And they're like, thank you. That was good. And then, they gave it to the other guy because, well, he was closer to the area.
Right.
But I also think it's because they knew I was very hesitant about that. But I can tell you this. I'm 100% confident that I would have gotten the role if they did keep it split up for the doctor's son who's like 20s, American.
In your heart, did you do the right choice?
I did. I don't regret it at all.
Okay.
I don't, because I told myself like the whole reason why I'm doing this as well is not just for me, but like
you just did this recently.
This was before the stand up thing. Like, it was when I was doing improv, so it was a year before that. At Westside, I did for 2 years, and I was on a team, and I left.
Dude, I did improv. I did like Second City and UCB stuff up in.
I tried it for a Second City team, and they didn't I didn't pass. But like
That's what happens.
But yeah, man. I mean that was when I was still doing the digital marketing stuff, and when I was doing it, I was so happy. I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't even care that I even get it. The fact that it was my first time, I never even practiced, and I was like, what the fuck? I love this shit. And I went back to my work, and I was like depressed. That's when I knew.
You look forward to
like,
yeah.
I was like, I just love the opportunity.
You want your recess to be your full-time job.
That's the thing. So I felt guilty for that for like the longest time. But like, dude, that was the first taste of it, and like I said, that's why I was like, oh, the Asian accent thing. Like, fuck, man, like. It's tough. But then the League of Legends one's different. They're not looking for like, because this show was like a comedy. Like they wanted some extra. If
I believe in Master Splinter, I believe in this Master Yi. Yeah. So that's funny.
Yeah.
That's a good like rap.
What is?
How we started off talking about that before the show started, and now it's like at the end of it. How like you had your own experience with the Asian accent.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant like a hip hop rap. I'm like, why are we gonna rap about that?
Yeah, we can rap about that too, if you know what I mean.
Nah, we don't got it. But yeah, guys. Before we wrap up, I do have to add, Dan didn't fucking know what League of Legends was, and he didn't realize it was such a big game.
I'm sorry, nerds.
Just saying. Maybe if you failed accounting 3 times like I did, you would have a better understanding of it. Man. But
you gotta talk to my girlfriend about accounting. She'll school you.
No, I don't want to. I don't know shit about
okay,
accounting.
We'll learn comedy.
She'll school me because I failed. Yes, I'll take that. But Yeah. Also, hey, do you want to plug in any social media, whatever, anything?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Dan Ramos Comedy, Instagram Dan Ramos Comedy, and every first and third Tuesday of the month in Hollywood, we got a show called Paradise City Comedy. We'll add it into the info crap, but yeah, man, thanks for having me here, Mike, and dude, keep it up. It's good things are gonna happen, guy. Like, come on, it can't get any worse. That's it. Like me just meeting you is already a little step to something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the little change.
Every
right,
single
the little link.
single person that you meet from now on,
Yeah.
know that like they know you for a reason, you know them for a reason. Like you wouldn't be friends with them for you wouldn't waste your time with anyone else if you didn't think it would be an opportunity to get to know someone and to also improve in your career for it. So like, dude, yeah, do that hustle, man. Asian style.
The Asian style.
Asian style, man.
Guys, this has been actually, you know what? Before one last thing. Is there anything you want to leave the audience with? Like anything you want to say, whatever the
I
fuck
love
it is.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, you could probably cut on a
Like
close.
zoom in on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are a lot of people who are going to say no to you, and that's okay. Just just pretend you don't know what no is. You know what no is, but you don't want to know. You know? You know. You know. You know? And I think that was Corona. No, that was Heineken. All right. Listen, if it doesn't give you joy, you know?
All right, guys. There you have it. Wise words from Dan Ramos, the man himself from Manila.
Should have done something else.
Guys,
Oh, God.
this has been another episode of the Set Breaker Podcast.
What the fuck, man?
Thank you for listening and watching.
Maybe we could do it again.
And I will see you on the next episode.
I'm going to eat that avocado over there.
Okay.
Yeah, that avocado looks good. Yeah, I'm going to start eating it.
Wait, were you saying stuff the whole time? I thought you were reading a text the whole time.
No, I was
I didn't realize you were whispering into the microphone.
No, you'll listen to it. I was just contemplating whether or not I should eat
I'm actually. Did you actually eat that avocado?
Tune in and find out.
Okay. All right, guys. Peace.